Okay, example 2. After you're done with example 2, watching this video, you're going to try problems 9 through 14. And what's the difference between what we were doing on example 1 and what we're going to do on example 2 is in 1, there's only numbers. Like they told us the diagonal is 106.5 constants. And then in example 2, we're going to have some algebra to deal with. So it's the same idea. You're going to quickly sketch a rectangle. You're going to look at the given information. You're going to try to figure out where is this given information going to fit in my drawing. So angle, the measure of angle BAC, that's what the little M in front stands for. The measure of angle BAC is 3x plus 3. So they've been given a lot of these three-letter, references to angles. And the reason they do it is because when I go BAC, there's three angles here. There's this one, the one we care about. Then there's this one down here that we don't care about. And then there's the whole angle, which we know the whole angle is 90 degrees. I mean, we could mark that, right? 90 degrees right there. So we want BAC, and it's 3x plus 3. 3x plus 3. And when I say we want that, I'm just saying we're interpreting the given information. We might not be asked to find BAC. It actually asks us to find just x, right? So let's see what else they tell us. The measure of ACB. Okay, so here's A, there's C, there's B. Okay, so I'm going to put 2 ticks down here. I'm not going to put 1 tick. If I put 1 tick, I'd be saying it's the same as this one right up here. And there's no guarantee of that. 5x minus 1. See, the diagonals bisect each other. They don't bisect the angles. Okay, I mean, if it was a square, it would, but it's a rectangle. It might be a square, but we don't really know that information, so we can't assume these are equal to each other. But what we do know is that this is a 90-degree angle, and we're going to have to ignore some information. So I kind of, hopefully this makes sense. I kind of like whiting out the stuff that I'm going to try to ignore. See, I don't really care about this little piece of the diagonal. I don't think that's going to be super helpful. So let me kind of white that out. And now you can see the triangle that I really care about. I hope I'm making this clear. Is this triangle right here? Okay. And we know that some of the interior angles of any triangle are 180 degrees, right? And we've already used up 90. There's 90 degrees right here, right? So if I take a 90-degree angle away from a 180-degree angle, I'm left with 90 degrees. So these two, this angle here and this angle down here, have to add up to be 90 so that the total is 180, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say 5x minus 1 plus 3x plus 3 is equal to 90 degrees. See, this is our main objective, is we're trying to take information and we're trying to make a conclusion like that, right? So let's look back here at our main objective. I can use properties of rectangles to improve my deductive reasoning skills, right? That means that I can make conclusions, based on given information. So my given information was it's a rectangle, and then we got these expressions for these angles down here. And then I step back and say, what kind of conclusion can I make? All right, man, I hope I'm making this clear. I know you guys can do this. And I'm not trying to insult anybody's intelligence. If you're like picking up on like, this is easy, fantastic. Okay. So 5x plus 3x is 8x's, right? -1 plus 3 is a 2. Okay. So I'm adding like terms, right? And then I got my 90 still on the right side. Now I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. Okay. Our main objective is not, learning this algebra stuff. Hopefully you feel okay about these algebra steps that I'm doing right here, that these aren't too difficult. And then I'm going to divide by 8. We still, all of us make mistakes. Our brains forget stuff so easily. So don't beat yourself up if you're like, dang it, I made a mistake. So X, I think, is 11, right? You check my arithmetic in there. If I made a mistake, didn't do that intentionally. Thanks for watching video 2. You try the next, what did I say? I think it's 6 problems. Okay, so it's 9 through 14.